Hi everyone, welcome to another episode of IX Studio Sessions together with the great Anthony.
Hello.
Hello. This is the third episode. Our guest today is our CEO, Karl Blomsterwall과.
Hi everyone.
Welcome, Karl.
Thank you.
How are you doing today?
I'm great.
Awesome.
Good to be here. Nice format. Love it.
Yeah, it's absolutely stunning. How are you today, Anthony?
I'm doing great.
Doing great?
Excited.
Trading
to
some
be here,
pics?
Yeah. Day and night, you know it.
Good.
Yeah.
Are we ready to really fry Karl here today?
I think so.
That's awesome. That's good.
I think so.
Okay, so what we want to know, Karl,
Yeah.
is how come you joined PlanetIX in this project?
Oh, good question. So, I've known the founder group for quite a while. So I joined around 6 months after the company was founded. I've always been a big fan of crypto and also a gamer. So it became quite, just made sense to me to join. Also the fact that the focus that we have had, which is basically, supporting and bringing Web 2 people onto Web 3, it really spoke to me. And also doing that with a sustainability angle, I think was what got me over the edge.
Awesome. And as everybody know, we're in a heavy bear market. Market conditions are quite horrible, to be honest. What are we doing differently, and why will we succeed in this current market?
Yeah, as I say, we are in a bear market, but what is interesting is the fact that our numbers are growing. Like everything you look at, we are just seeing growth. And I think there's a number of factors to that. Obviously the team, compared to many others, we have a full-scale team, so we have all competences under this roof, and no consultants. A lot of other projects, they have consultants doing everything. We have everything under the team. Together with having this massive player base that is hugely engaged in the game, I think that will for sure make a success out of this.
Yeah.
Okay, let's jump in. Sorry.
Yeah, I was just thinking about, you mentioned going from Web 2 to Web 3, why it was so exciting. Could you tell us what's so exciting about Web 3? What's the difference between Web 2 and Web 3 for the people who don't know?
Yeah, of course. Just if we zone in on gaming per se, I think it's a vast difference. It opens up for a ton new of business ideas or business opportunities. So, the traditional way of doing gaming is essentially you pay for a product and you spend time in the game, you spend money in the game, but that product is never really yours. So if the game provider, if the developer decides to cut it, then you lose it. If you look at Web 3, basically everything you get, you trade or you purchase on this platform, for example, PlanetIX, that's yours. And the game providers such as PlanetIX, we can never take that away. And what that does, it incentivizes people to actually commit much more to the game. So spend time, spend money, and also speculate, right? And that also brings us into Play2Earn. I'm not sure if you discussed that before, but essentially it means that people can actually do that as a job. So they could farm assets that they know that they own, and they could sell for real money and make a living. And we see that throughout our community. A lot of people making this their job, which is quite amazing.
That's great. So everything is an NFT in that sense. So even a Pix is an NFT.
Exactly, and we have 1.7 billion of them, and that's sort of when we set out to build this game. It was really in the boom of like Web 3, but it was so untested, and especially within gaming. So what we said was, let's not make something that's narrow. Let's create something that is so big and so vast that we could basically provide endless amount of possibilities and strategies for the players. And that's what we've done, because we have a vision of where we're going, but the fact is that Web 3, you say that in crypto 1 month is the same, or 1 day is the same as the year in the regular world. And that's really true. So you never know what's going to happen in 1 or 2 or 3 years. So we've built the biggest platform to be able to cater to all different types of possibilities.
Great. Wow.
Awesome.
Yeah, it is awesome.
So let's dig into the game mechanics a little bit. Mission control.
Yeah.
How would you explain mission control to a new player?
Yeah, so mission control is essentially I mean, it's almost like an interface, right? Where it's an overview of all your assets, both picks, but also other type of in-game assets. And it provides an overview and the ability to quickly use your assets to reap the rewards. Either through staking your territories, using the drones that you bought, picking up waste. It really is the sort of the interface where between the players and the game for everything that has to do with rewards. And I mean, we've seen tremendous amount of the feedback has been amazing. Like the engagement from the players. I said we have every player spends roughly 1 hour in our game every day, which is insane. I think Instagram has 30 minutes or so.
Yeah, there was a lot of growth actually when you released Mission Control.
Exactly.
It just, boom.
Yes.
It just grew like that exponentially.
Yeah, and so it's extremely well received by the community, and of course that triggers us to see, okay, so how can we take this foundation and really like elevate it and pump it up and make it even better. And that's what we're doing now with all the talented people in this room or outside.
And what do you think that is? That the growth naturally falls to or centered around mission control? Is it the overview? Is it the game mechanics you can have in mission control compared to like the marketplace and the big map?
Yeah, no, I think it's I think it's different things. I do want to say that we still see a lot of attention and engagement in the marketplace, right? So people are still very much liking the strategy and the thinking around building your territories and spending time doing that. But I think mission control. I mean, one aspect is of course the free to play and the play to earn, where people are actually being able to do this as a living, just farm assets. That's not possible to do in the marketplace, of course. But also the fact that it is the place where you really start to leverage your assets to realize rewards. And of course, I mean, everyone likes that, right? So I think those are two things that really sort of make that skyrocket.
So it's like it's lowering the threshold, especially for new users as well. So, so that's also why we recommend people to try it out in mission control.
Absolutely.
And we've been talking a little bit about rewards and having this residual income. And it's all centered around IXT, the token. Yeah. Do you mind sharing some brief overview or the ideas behind the tokenomics and how we see it evolve over the future? Yeah,
of course. I mean, the IXT, to me, it's really like it's glue in the game. Like it binds everything together. So everything you can and need to do in the game, you need an IXT for, essentially. And we've built it, like we spent so much time when we constructed the tokenomics to make it work in a sustainable way. What was beneficial for us was that there were a few, let's say, similar games that had done this, 6 to 12 months before us, and they failed for various reasons. So we took all of those learnings and we implemented that in our tokenomics to make it sustainable for a longer period of time. So I think that's one thing that we really spent a lot of time on. And then I mean the IXT, I think there's the fundamentals behind it. So as you need it to do everything in the game, when the game grows, the demand for the IXT grows. And in economic theory, that also of course means that prices should actually have be positively impacted by the game. And the more people that play the game and use the token to buy picks or to speed up things or to purchase different assets on our marketplace. So with that, I mean, I think as the game grows, I think we have a tremendous journey ahead of us for the IXT. That's super exciting.
I think that's a good takeaway, that the utility of the token is multiplied during the game development now, that you can use the token for so many different things moving forward.
Yeah, exactly. And I think that's like people look at tokens as only this speculative asset, and it's really not. Like there is fundamentals behind why something should be worth something. And the more people need it to use it in our game, the higher demand for that token. So it's great.
Yeah. Okay, awesome. I thought we would finish off with some news.
Yeah.
If you don't mind sharing, what's the current status of the Polygon ecosystem and GameFi Web3 gaming in general?
Of course. I thought I would spend some time talking about the partnerships. So, we have now become, we're now the top 3 biggest game on across all chains, by far the biggest game on Polygon, which naturally opens up some doors. So it's really great now to see that we are being recognized by some of the largest names in the whole space, and they want to work with us. They come knocking on our doors. So 2 of them that I want to mention is firstly Polygon, of course. We're the biggest on the Polygon chain. We contribute a huge to their gas, so naturally they want to deepen our relationship with them. And we have had numerous calls with them, and now we're really starting to see like that bear fruit, so to speak, with joint marketing, events, different types of collabs. So that's one thing that we are very much focused on. The other thing, we just joined last week the build program with Chainlink. So Chainlink is the biggest provider of on-chain verifiable data for randomization, basically. So a lot of things in our game is random, and to ensure that it's done in a correct way and not like manipulated anywhere, you use Chainlink. And now we're part of this build ecosystem that they're creating with like only top tier players, and they're building this to help us basically grow and doing introductions and making sure that we get the attention that we now really that we're worth, because we built it together with everyone. So good things coming.
That's awesome.
That's great.
What do you think about when you hear the news that and the path we're on at the moment?
I just feel, I have to say, very secure in listening to Karl here, because one of my mottos is steady improvement, and that's what you were saying. I love to hear that you're saying that you're actually listening to what other people have done before us, and we don't have to make the same mistakes. No. So you listen and you learn, and we improve. So I think this is going to be very exciting years, the coming 3, 4, 5 years from now. I love it.
Yeah, great.
The future is at our hands. Thank you for today, everyone. Thanks to our guest and my co-host, Anthony. See you next time.
Cheers.